Hello friends! Even though it is the end of March, it is time for my February manga wrap-up. In the month of February, I read 16 volumes of manga. 2 of those were digital, the rest of them were all physical. I actually reread some manga this month. Amazing. So I am going to talk about it. First off, we will start with the digital manga. I read volumes 5 and 6 of Defying Kurosaki-kun. Defying Kurosaki-kun, like, okay. It is toxic. Kurosaki-kun is not a good example of a love interest anyone should realistically have, but I feel like it is my guilty pleasure. I just have so much fun reading Defying Kurosaki-kun. Like, it's hard to describe without sounding really weird. Like, even though I would 100% not want a guy to be mean to me the way Kurosaki-kun is mean to the main character, like in real life, I wouldn't want that. I still really like it. I still find it cute for some reason. It's just fun. And I'm enough of an adult to know that that is not a good example of a relationship. But I think if you can just get past his kind of meanness, he's like a tsundere character. Like he's really mean to the main character, whose name I can't remember if you can't tell. Like, he's mean to her, but he also, likes her. It's that way of, he's, actually, he's mean on the outside and, makes her do a lot of stuff and is, rude and stuff. But he's also, kind of got a heart of gold, and can sometimes be really sweet, and you can see, how, he actually feels about the main character. So, I don't know. This is probably revealing too much about me right now, but it's also a little bit spicy. It's not full-on spice. Kurosaki-kun is kind of hot, so it's fine. If you just want to read a ridiculous, unrealistic, terrible relationship that would happen in real life manga, then read Defying Kurosaki-kun. I have a lot of fun with it. It's just really fun for me to read. So yeah, I know it's not gonna be for everybody, but it is definitely for me. In these volumes, I read them at the beginning of the month, so I don't remember a whole lot of what happened in them. But it's also volumes 5 and 6, so I don't want to spoil too much. But we do get a bit more of kind of the rivalry between Kurosaki and Shirakawa-kun, which is really good. And also we get to see kind of a little bit more of how Kurosaki really feels, and you kind of see a bit more of that softer side of him, which I really like. Yeah, Defying Kurosaki-kun, I feel like it would be really popular if it wasn't digital only, but I also know it's not everybody's cup of tea. That's my weirdness out of the way. What is the physical manga that I read? These 5 manga I read for the Manga Loves Readathon, technically, which I didn't read during the Manga Loves Readathon. It was more of the week after. But I do have a vlog up for that, so you can go check that out. But it was volumes, what are these? 9, 10, and 11 of Requiem of the Rose King, which blew my mind. I feel like I say that every single time I read this manga, but there are so many twists and turns and goodness and betrayal and backstabbing, and there's death and politics. It's so good. And then it gets spicy. We love it. We love this series so much. And I'm still mad about the anime. Every time I read this, I'm like, I need to go buy the rest of it right now. And then I don't, and then I buy 4 more volumes at a time. But I think I'm closer, there's either 14 or 17 volumes out, and I don't remember how many. But I'm very close to catching up, I think, which I need to do. But I highly recommend this to literally anybody. I don't care if you like shoujo. It's not even under the Shoujo Beat label. It's literally just, you would never know. You would never know that this is shoujo. So literally anybody who likes politics, if Game of Thrones, when it was good, was your thing, this is going to be even more of your thing. There wasn't too many thoughts about it, but there's more in the vlog. The other one I read was My Love Mixup Volume 2. I wasn't originally gonna really continue with this, but then I watched the live action drama and I'm obsessed now. So this is just really cute. I don't read a lot of BL or like any. I had like a weird like obsessive thing about BL when I was a teenager and it made me into a bad person. So I don't read much of it anymore. But I may read more BL. I have Banana Fish, which is apparently a good place to start if I want to cry. But this one won't make you cry. It will just make you squeal with joy because it is so cute. I really like Ida as a character. He just seems like really nice and genuine. Sometimes Aoki's like ridiculousness and over-the-topness gets on my nerves, but I don't really like super over-the-top characters in general. But Aoki's still really endearing. I love the friend groups and like kind of how everybody's so accepting of everything. So it's really just a nice, fun, cute BL story. It's very good. If you don't read BL normally, this is probably a good place to start. Why do I think that? Because that's where I started. Then I read Lovesick Ellie Volume 2. I am obsessed with this series. I talked about this series, or the first volume at least, at length in the podcast I have with Alyssa from Anime Intensity. It's called Shoujo Sunshine. You should check it out. But I talked a lot about the first volume of this. The second volume of this did not disappoint. It continues to be like literally like the cutest thing ever, and it's like my new obsession. There was so much in this that I really liked. The more of kind of like why Omi-kun is the way that he is, and kind of, you know, people perceive things about him and they are not true, and Ellie sees like him for who he really is, and you just feel really like you really feel for Omi-kun, and it's very sweet and very cute, and I just want more of them all of the time. Look at them, they're so cute. It's so cute. I love that she's a Twitter girl because I have been a Twitter girl for how long has Twitter been a thing? Pretty much that long. Personally, I really see myself a lot in Ellie, like my high school self. I see me in her, just because I feel like we're the same kind of like fantasizing weird kind of girls. So yeah, I really love this. What else did I read? I read Cheeky Brat Volume 2. I also love this series. So cute. I'm so glad that we finally got this in English. Like, this has been like one of the most popular shoujo manga like ever for the longest time, and I'm so glad that it's a long series too. It's like 20 volumes or something like that. It's been a long time since we've had like a new like long shoujo bae picked up. So this is really good. It continues to be adorable. It's so cute. It's so cute. Naruse is a little bit mean, kind of like Kurosaki-kun, but not to the extent of Kurosaki-kun. But she is also like mean to him back. They're just like, the banter is so good. It's so good. So yeah, really cute. We see them start a new school year, so they are in different positions now. Yuki is a third year now, and Naruse is a second year. So there's more basketball, there's more romance, just like they're experiencing more feelings and like kind of half confessing to each other, and it's like frustrating but also really good, and I can't wait till they start dating because it's gonna be really cute. And yeah, I love Cheeky Brat so much. It's so much fun. So I read volumes 1 through 3 of Love and Heart by, who is this by? Chitose Kaido. I don't know where volume 3 is right now. It's somewhere in my room, but I literally have piles of manga everywhere, and I don't know if you could see the books falling on my shelves, but there's a lot happening on my manga shelves right now. But so I picked this up without knowing too much. It was basically a cover buy, because you look at this and you're like, oh, that's gonna be a spicy manga. Wrong, it's not. Literally every cover, it looks like it's gonna be, there's gonna be some spice, and there's none. There's none, at least at this point. So this one, I don't know how I feel about it. So this is about a college girl, and one day this boy shows up who claims to be her old neighbor, and he starts to live with her. She lives by herself because her mom lives overseas, but she's in college, so it's fine. but he claims to be her childhood best friend or childhood neighbor, and she doesn't really remember him, and she kind of feels like the whole family next door like died. So there's some mystery going on there. There's a lot of like backstabbing and manipulating and kind of like, ooh, it is very windy. Haruma, the main guy, might not be who he says he is. He might be who he says he is, and then Yo, our main girl, I think she might have some like traumatic experiences that she has blocked off from her memories because they were traumatic. I feel like I know I can figure out what has happened from 3 volumes, but we shall see. Haruma is not a good guy. You find out that he is causing a lot of situations to put Yo in kind of like dangerous situations so that he can save her. It's very manipulative, and it feels a little bit of mystery, a little bit like thriller-y. So it's not great. But I also want to find out what happens. So I'm going to continue with it. Probably at least for a few more volumes. Maybe I'll pick up 3 more volumes. But I hope, like, I'm just mad because it was misleading from the cover. I'm curious to see if my suspicions about what has happened in the past are true, and I'm curious to see kind of like where this relationship goes, because Haruma, this guy, he is not a good dude. I did reread 3 volumes of manga. I reread the first 3 volumes of The King's Beast by Ray Toma. So I have read this previously, but I reread it again for the Shoujo Sunshine podcast. Alyssa had never read this before, and I have read it, obviously. So I reread it for the podcast because it was a while since I had read it. So I'm not 100% sure when that episode is going up. We're a little bit behind right now. But if it is, or when it is, you will see a card so you can go and watch it and listen to it because it's really fun. But I feel like on my second reread, like on my reread of this, I like this a lot more than I initially did, I think. I think reading 3 volumes in a row was a really good move for this series because I've been reading them as they come out. I feel like there's a lot here that doesn't really, I don't know, that didn't register when I read it like one by one, spaced out over however many months. I would think if you're gonna read this and you're unsure, pick up 3 volumes and read them in a row, because I picked up on a lot more rereading it. There's a lot of like traumatic stuff that happens in this, and yeah, I still like it. I want to find out the mystery of like kind of what happened to Ragetsu's brother, kind of like who ended up killing him. It's not a spoiler because it's literally the premise of the story. So yeah, I liked this a lot more. I should probably read volume 4 before I lose interest. Next, I read The Dragon Knight's Beloved, and this is by a bunch of people. Here we go. This manga feels very different than anything else I've read. Like, the cover is really thick and the paper is really thick. I don't know what that means because this is from 7 Seas and I have other 7 Seas manga that doesn't feel like this. This feels very much like a book. Is it because it's adapted from a light novel? Is that what this style of manga like printing is? I don't know. But I kind of took a chance on this. It's like this fantasy world where there are humans and dragons, and this girl basically it has a really good relationship with the dragons. She knows the dragon squad, dragon armies captain, and he ends up having to go take over his like family estate and become like some sort of noble with a title, and he takes her along with him as like his maid and his like fake lover. So there's like dragons, there's nobility, and then there's fake dating, which seems like a recipe for success. So this one was pretty good. It was mostly like establishing the world and establishing like the relationship and the kind of like conflict. But there's not a lot of conflict. Like basically the premise of the whole story is very introductory sort of novel. The art is really good. Like the boys are cute. So like, I mean, really like that's like half of reading manga for me is cute boys. I'm kidding. but am I? So this was really cute. I'll be interested to see kind of where this goes. Be like a power struggle here, but it's like not that serious. So yeah, I'll be interested to see the rest of where this goes. I'll definitely pick up volume 2 when it comes out. Lastly, I read A Sign of Affection volume 4. So good. Like, we all know, you know, A Sign of Affection is like the romance manga of the time right now. My Dress Up Darling who? No, it's A Sign of Affection. In this volume, we have Itsuomi and Yuki still dating, and kind of their relationship growing deeper. One thing that I really liked about this is it really focused on kind of Itsuomi wanting to learn more sign language, and I found that to be really, really nice because in the first volume, Yuki mentions that like her parents don't know sign language, and Yuki has been like deaf her whole life, so she's just relied on like hearing aids and like writing things down and lip reading to communicate with her parents. And I find it kind of shitty that her parents did not learn sign language in order to communicate with their daughter. Like, is that just me? A little bit shitty? I think that's a little bit shitty. I don't know. Itsuomi is actively taking the time to learn sign language and to get better at sign language. I feel like he is putting a lot of pressure, not really like pressure, but he is relying on Yuki to teach him. But I do understand that it is their way of like bonding and communicating, so it's nice that she's teaching him. But they like went on like a camping trip with friends, and then she was like, they were like, what's this in sign language? What's this in sign language? What's this in sign language? So I would be really interested to see if like Itsuomi like picks up a sign language class, so that he can learn more faster without relying on Yuki like for that burden of like teaching him. Which I think is totally fine, that she is teaching him and teaching her friends that they are interested in learning sign language, because her parents obviously weren't. But yeah, you see the two of them grow closer. They spend some alone time at Itsuomi's house together, which was really great. It didn't go that far, but it was still really cute. They just watched a movie and it was adorable. It continues to be like the cutest romance manga of the time. Continue to enjoy this. Everyone continues to enjoy this, so you should continue to enjoy it also. So that is all of the manga that I read in February. I feel like I had a good mix there. I did some rereads, I read some new stuff, I read some stuff that maybe I wouldn't read normally, I read some digital manga. You know, we're getting all of the things in there. Let me know in the comments if you have read any of these manga, what you have read recently. I would be interested to know. If you have made it to the end of this video, in the comments, leave me a bird emoji for Twitter, for Lovesick Ellie, because we love that manga. In the description, you will find a bunch of links. There's links to my Right Stuff affiliate, so if you want to purchase any of this manga, then you can go and use that link, and it helps out me and the channel. Link to the Shoujo Sunshine podcast, which you should definitely check out. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more manga goodness from me. That is all I've got for you guys today. I'm Chrissy Lou. Till next time, matane!